not have a tour of anyone's home without community docents as your, such as yourselves. This is just awesome. And it is so much fun. It's so much fun. And when you see everybody, how excited everybody is, people come in, sometimes they're even all dressed alike. I mean, it's the most fun, and they're just ready for a great time and a great experience. So your the tour starts at 9. We'd like you to be there, please, at 8:30. And we know sometimes, the houses are warm, but with the door opening and shutting, you might want to have a sweater or come dressed with layers just in case, because you might be the greeter, or you might have to step outside to another area to help out there. If you see a jam up with parking, you're the lead docent. Your job is to just troubleshoot and watch for anything where you might needed some extra help. But when you arrive, I would introduce yourself to the homeowners and let them know, who else will be joining, that there'll be other people coming. You'll have a list from Jonelle telling you who's coming. Ask where you and other docents should park. We usually have you park a little away, so save some room for other people coming in. And, and ask where specifically should the public park as they come in. Ask if there are any areas in the house, like ask them for a little tour of the house. If there's any areas that are off limits to the public, they should have already roped those areas off or have a sign regarding not entering so that you're aware as well, because certain rooms might not be on tour. Sometimes it's people's office spaces, believe it or not. I get that. And verify that the cars have been roped off, and then there's no touching of cars, and obviously no photos of cars as well. Ask where you and other docents can put their coats, purses, things like that, because we want a safe place where you can come in and put your stuff away. Ask if there's anything very special about the home or the decorations that would be important to pass on to those touring. A lot of times there's a story about things, or there's a story about the house or what the house used to look like, the remodeling that went on in the house, that this was not in the original condition. This happened and this happened. And you can take a few little notes, because people love hearing that kind of thing when they first come into the house. So just knowing what's special, maybe special about the ornaments, or where they maybe they bought their big Santa in Europe and had it shipped back over here. I mean, you never know. People just have amazing decorations. And it is fun to share. Ask which restrooms are available for you. I mean, they're usually just one restroom that you guys can use. It's usually the guest restroom. Unfortunately, there's no restrooms for the public per se. They need to go to H. Clark Powers or the Flower Farm. A lot of times Cask Winery is open, and they have clean restrooms too. So just remind them that it is a private home. Now, obviously, if somebody's in distress and has a terrible, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. You have to, I've never had that happen, but let's hope that does not happen, Please, no photography at all. Please. I'll finish that sentence off there, please. I'm still fine tuning this here based on input from everybody. People want to take pictures. I'm going to confess, I've taken pictures, but we're hearing now that is quite a liability for the homeowner. So I wish it was different, but it's not. Now, after about 9 o'clock or a little bit before the other docents would arrive, they should arrive really about 15 minutes before, and introduce yourself, fill them in on the procedures, what areas are off limits, anything special. Stress the importance of keeping all those touring in their line of sight. You can't just say, well, go down there. When you're done looking at that wing, I'll meet you back over here. You got to kind of follow them and keep them in your line of sight. Okay. And there's going to be some overlap of the docents between 12 and 12:30. There'll be some overlap. So one docent can train another docent as well. There must be a greeter at the door at all times to check for wristbands. In previous years, we've used tickets, and you may even get people trying to come in who didn't know the procedure or what to do, and they need to go to H. Clark Powers and get themselves a wristband. We want to make sure that it's supposed to rain. We don't know, but that's what we hear. All
Mhm.
umbrellas, wet coats, those things need to be left out on the porch. Wet shoes removed, because you can't even put a bootie over those, I don't think. A lot of people come prepared with easy on, slip on and off shoes. They are professional. Okay, these are professional people. They know, the people that go to home tours. They just slip right out of their shoes, put them off to the side. They don't even want a bootie. Okay. Now, the people will have booties there, but we like people to take the booties with them and use them at other houses so that
Mhm.
we're not wasting. I mean, those fill up a landfill that fast. So if you do give them booties, remind them, please, to take the booties to the next house. But also, I get these donated through Placer County Association of Realtors, but it's not an endless supply. Or ask them, do you have the booties from the other house, or are you removing your shoes? They'll know what to do, and they'll start getting the routine down because it's been like 3 years.
Taffy, if I could
Yeah,
interject, I do believe that when they get their wristband, they will be given their set of booties for the day.
good.
And we'll only have backup ones if they're ruined or lost.
Good. I love that. I think that's a great idea. Some procedures are changing, but I like that. Here's your booties.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some people will say, no, I don't need them because I'm wearing my slip on, slip off. But it's really, and yes, there will be some because booties have a way of disappearing. Trust me, I know all about that. Any questions so far on what we're talking about here? Are you guys feeling okay about it? And
Mhm.
and do know that we'll have phones on us. We'll give you a phone list in case something comes up and you just like, what the heck is this all about? But usually that does not happen. It's usually runs really smoothly. At 4 o'clock, the tour needs to stop because otherwise you're gonna have people come and they'll just keep coming. You know what I mean? So 4 o'clock, no more touring. The home is closed. The door is locked. Please clean up any old booties, any trash on the porch, anything. Obviously, thank the homeowner. They're going to be like your best friend. Now they're so thankful. And bring any unused booties, plus uneaten docent snacks. There will be snacks there for you, signs, badges, binders, safety vests. You're the lead docent, just, hightail over to H. Clark Powers and bring anything else that was left behind. Sometimes people leave glasses, gloves, something like that. That'll occasionally happen. Lost and found items. Just take them over to H. Clark Powers to the big cafeteria there, and you can turn those in there as well.
Nancy will be receiving those items, and myself I'll be there as well.
Great. And yeah, most likely I'll be there because that's where I'll go after. I'll go over to H. Clark Powers to see if they need any help there. Yeah. Now, H. Clark Powers, just so you know, that's the school that's going to have lunch. They'll also sell them a little light to go breakfast. They always have a delicious hot lunch in case people ask you about it. Oh, you must go to H. Clark Powers and have their delicious lunch. And there will be just so many wonderful vendors there selling everything for the holidays. So they're going to really want to go there. And so we want to encourage them after they're through touring the homes or as a break in between, because touring homes makes one hungry. I found that out. You get really hungry. So
okay, we have a question, Taffy.
Yeah, sure.
Phyllis is asking for first timers. Do we have a list of all the locations and where is H. Clark Powers? And I believe that'll be in the booklet, right?
That'll be in the booklet, right? Yeah, H. Clark Powers is on Humphrey in Loomis, and that will be in the booklet, and the list of the other homes will be in the booklet too.
For any docents that are working the entire day at the one house, you will be having lunch on the committee. And so lunches will be delivered around 11 o'clock to the home that you are docenting. And then you may take a quick break and eat your lunch when they arrive before we have the changing of the guards or just at the changing of the guards, the changing of the docents.
It's usually something to eat. It's a nice little sandwich on a roll, and it's some fruit and a little brownie, things like that, because you get hungry all day there. So even half day, people are hungry, and that's why we had to give them snacks. So
and that is in addition to the snacks, right?
Yeah. In addition to the snacks, yes. It's usually granola bars, there's waters, things like that.
And also I wanted to mention, if you're planning on going on the tour, because many of you are working half days, You will be able to pick up your tour wristband at the house that you'll be working at. It'll be there for you. So what you'll do is plan to go to that house first, get your wristband, and then go on your tour, coming back at 12:30 to take your docent position, or vice versa. You'll go to that house that you're going to work at late that morning. And then after you're done working, you'll put your wristband down on and then go to the other 4 homes on the tour.
So you get a free tour
Yes.
which is really nice. We're so thankful. We're so thankful, and it's fun to do it with other people. So if you know other people, they can still get tickets and say, hey, I'm going to be off at 12:30. And if that's when you're working in the morning, and say, let's go come meet me at my house, house. And then go on tour from there. How fun. Yeah, people will love you for it. I always gift my mom and my sister that as one of their Christmas presents, because they get a big kick out of it.
And so remember, in the booklet are the addresses of all the homes, because sometimes people will say, I've lost my booklet, or they might not know already that there are the addresses in there. So when you get on site, be sure and peruse the booklet so you know what's in it. And then that is your one booklet to take. And there'll be a few extra booklets if somebody really does lose a booklet or there's a problem with any of the booklets. We'll have a few extras.
Yeah, because they're going to get a booklet when they check in.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll get a booklet when they check in. But once again, booklets are kind of like booties. Just between seats, I just don't even get it. They're like socks, just disappear. Any other questions, ladies? These good questions so far. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The homeowners are so grateful. The Loomis Basin Education Foundation, this is what this is all about. It's the foundation that raises money for the schools, is so very thankful. So,
I did notice, Taffy, that our fearless leader, Dea, has hopped onto the call. I didn't have her, but Dea, do you have a few words to
Dea, that would be so great. Oh, we love
Hi,
Dea.
everyone. My goodness, it's been one of the most stressful days ever because we were under pressure to actually submit the booklet to the printer. It's 5 p.m. or never. And I was not going to leave 600 people hanging without a booklet. So
thank you, Dea.
I want to thank the volunteers. I am very excited to see you here on the call. And, without you, we would not be able to do this, right? I want to make a call to you all. If you have a friend that you would like to hang out with for the duration of the tour, I would like you to bring them along and be a docent as well. It's always good to kind of go in pairs. You don't have to, but we are still looking for some extra volunteers. And if you have a friend that you'd like to invite and go on a tour with them, then we definitely would appreciate that. Now, is any lead docent here besides Taffy?
Yes, we have Phyllis and we have Taffy. Yes, there's probably half and half.
Okay, because this year what we do, we sell tickets online. There's no more paper tickets. And the way we do the check-in, we try to do all the check-ins at the H. Clark Powers. Sometimes for some reason, some people end up at the home and that's where they think that it starts. And it doesn't. So all the lead docents, when you find that situation, you're going to have an app on your phone so you can see if this ticket has been already redeemed, or if that person that wants to come in even bought a ticket, right? We need to make sure that everybody that bought a ticket is allowed in. But let's see. So the lead docents, do you have an iPhone? I don't know if they do Android. Maybe they do. But do you have iPhones or Androids? I want to double check that.
iPhone.
Samsung Galaxy, Android.
Okay.
Android.
And okay, so I want to make sure that everybody has that. And Jonelle, were you able to send me the list who needs access
Yes,
to?
yes, I did
Okay.
send that.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set up everybody, and you should look for an email. And just do not click on anything because the moment you click on check-in, that person shows that they have already redeemed their wristband, right? And what I'm trying to think. It's not hard. Let me show you how you do it, just so since we're
You know,
here, right?
Dea,
People come with a voucher. When people say, okay, give me a voucher. And I don't believe that there will be too many issues like this. And actually, instead of burdening them, what do you think, Jonelle? Instead of burdening them with this, should they call up the who's in charge of check-in, and they can do it there? And they
That
say
might be the
yes,
best way. That might be the best way. Yeah,
right? Because
Yeah.
then it will be just too much.
we'll just
And
do
they
that.
already
There's the
they
question.
already have other duties. So okay, so then what we need to know who's going to be in charge of check-in. I think Kendra will start, right? So I would say, yeah, call Kendra. So let's have Kendra as the point of contact in case somebody shows up and doesn't have a wristband.
Okay, I will add that to the notes, or Darcy, because Darcy will also be there at the school.
Yeah.
So,
And I showed Kendra, yeah, or Darcy or Kendra, I showed Kendra how to use it, and maybe Kendra shows to Darcy, but yeah, so if somebody comes and says, oh, I already have a ticket, but I didn't go pick it up, says, okay, well, what is your ticket number? There's a ticket number on their voucher, so they have to show you their, or by email. What email did you register with? That's the easiest way. What email did you register with? And then you call Darcy or Kendra, and they'll say, okay, this is the email address. Do you find, the tickets? And if they do, then they get a wristband. Now we have several wristbands for a different tour slots, right? Some people are from 9 to 12, some 10 to 1, and they all have different colors. Do we have the colors here, Jonelle, on the list?
we do have the color list. Let me think. I've got it on my phone.
But it's not in this
add that
document,
into
right?
here.
It's not in this document. Let's put it in this document as well.
I will. We'll
Yeah,
drop it in.
Right. So we decided that the gold is the first one, then silver, gold, silver, then red and green, right, from Christmas.
Right,
And the
right.
last one was the leftover, which was blue.
And then orange is for the meals.
For the meals, but they probably don't have to check that. But if they see an orange wristband and you don't know what it is, that's for the luncheon. So they will go, and then somebody needs to tell the feathered nest that if people have an orange, they need to check the band to make sure they bought the lunch.
Okay.
Can they use restrooms at the Feathered Nest too, or no? Restrooms.
Oh, no,
we're-
I'm sorry. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I know. Feathered
Rescue, the
Nest is
fun
not for-
rescue, not feather,
Right.
fun rescue.
Fun rescue, right? Yeah, that will be Nancy. Nancy will be there to know that. Yeah.
We have another question, Taffy, from Brittany. It's if I am volunteering